Hello, my name is Frank Fox. I'm here to give you a speech about a cultural significance type topic, and for me, it's how I belong to a group of Hawaiian people. My father was Hawaiian,
Okay, go ahead and Zoom, get familiar.
and I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about that. Okay. Aloha nui loa. I'm sure you guys have heard the Hawaiian word aloha before. What I just told you, however, means hello, goodbye, peace, and love. My dad was 50% Hawaiian. Most of my family comes from Hawaii on both sides, my mother's side, on my father's side. Hawaiian people are very ritualistic in a certain sense, and I'm sure a lot of you might understand that. We have, how do I say it? Love and respect for the land, for the water. For my family, it was mostly water Hawaiians. Everything that we get cultivated comes from the water. Absolutely love it. The Hawaiian word for land is aina, and that's part of it. We get all of our mana, which is energy, from the water. And the way that we kind of look at ourselves as a people is through that land and what we do with it. So my dad and my mom actually bonded the most out on the water. They would go on a boat, he would go fishing, he would be under the water for God knows how long. Probably like 10 minutes. She would think, what the heck happened to him? Why is he down there so long? But he was down there getting fish and doing certain stuff like that. So he would come up, bring her the food. They would literally cut it off, or cut the fish, like skin it, fillet it, and he would just eat it right there. For real, I'm not kidding you. It was pretty cool. So the way that I view myself in that aspect of belonging to that culture is a lot different. Probably more like you guys, more modern. I don't attach myself to a culture like that. I feel like I'm my own person. I'm pretty independent. The way that I live my life is by a certain set of rules that I've come up with after living for 30 years. So I can't really say that I belong so much to it as I'm a part of it because of my bloodline. My bloodline, because of being Hawaiian, is dying. There's not a lot of them left. I'm sure you guys have a lot of kids at school that are mixed, just like me. But as far as like being pure 100% Hawaiian, the last one that I knew was my grandmother, who passed a while ago. She was really cool. Didn't say much, pretty stoic, but she was awesome. And I only really got to meet her one time before she passed. And that was when I went back to school, or excuse me, when I was a junior in high school. I went back to visit my family, see how the island was, to see where I came from. And it was really awakening experience because I met a lot of people in my family that I didn't even know existed. And actually a cousin of mine who had a baby, I was really surprised to see that her skin was as pale as mine almost. But my dad's is, a little bit more darker complexion because, and I really connected with her. She was really cool. Her name is Miley. And, I talked to her about certain things in my life, and she talked to me a little bit, but it was just a lot different growing up in California. Sorry, I didn't even mention that. Grew up in California most of my life, barely spent any time in Hawaii. So I'm mostly a California boy. So it was just a lot different living in the States versus living on the islands. And when I did move back, which I did for a little bit, for about a year, I couldn't take it. I had to get out of there. So instead of, really adapting or becoming a part with that culture, it didn't feel right to me. So for me, the things that I think about the most when it comes to that part of my life is that loyalty, respect, love of the land, the water, everything that my dad kind of taught me a little bit, those types of things I take with me and I carry with me every day. And as far as everything else, I would just like to say again, aloha nui loa. Thank you for listening to me, guys. You've been great. Oh.